BLAST is basically a basic local alignment search tool. Basic local alignment search tool. Okay. This program was developed by Stephen Eschul in 1990, and since then this become the most popular program for sequence analysis. Means everybody who is doing bioinformatics, he is using this BLAST in order to identify markers. Maybe you are aware of some primers, oligonucleotides, maybe some pathway analysis. Means they are matching some sequences with the help of this tool known as BLAST. Full form of BLAST is Basic Local Alignment Search Tool, and it was developed by Eschul in 1990. Whenever you are mentioning this BLAST, you have to cite Eschul 1990. After that, there are some updated version of BLAST, but an earlier time he has developed this BLAST for alignment of sequences. Now we are using this BLAST in order to find the comparative analysis of sequences. For example, in our practical session, we have done some we have extracted some sequences, and we have compared those sequences with available databases, and also we have compared those sequences with these two databases like TMHMM and HMM-TOP. What TMM, HMM and HMM-TOP are doing? They are comparing our protein sequence with already available sequences with these amino acid having amino acids which are hydrophobic or hydrophilic. Means they are comparing those amino acids of our sequences, that these are hydrophobic amino acids, these are hydrophilic amino acids, based on hydrophobicity, based on these secondary structure of proteins, for example, alpha helix, beta chains. They are categorizing that these many amino acids or these many sequences or range of a sequences present in membrane of a cell or membrane of any organelle, or this protein is cytosolic. They are also performing BLAST. Means they are also using this BLAST. Okay. And how many types of BLASTs are there? I think you want to write on BLAST.
Some 4 types in practical class, I think.
Hello, I'm not able to listen you properly. You are not audible. Please ask again.
Yeah, in practical class you mentioned that there are 4 types of BLAST.
I'm not listening actually. You are
Your
not audible.
voice is cracking, so maybe you can rejoin. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Please write this. BLAST uses heuristics to align a query sequence with all sequences in a database. Yeah, please ask what are you asking?
Yeah, please go ahead. She can ask later also.
Okay.
Yeah.
BLAST is used to find high scoring ungapped segments among related sequences. The existence of such segments above a significant threshold indicates pairwise similarity beyond random chance. What is pairwise similarity? That we'll do in our practical session. What is global alignment, local alignment? I'll teach you, but we'll perform this tomorrow. Okay. This helps to discriminate related sequences from unrelated sequences. Means when you are comparing a sequence, okay, when you are comparing a sequence from, for example, hemoglobin of human, and you are comparing that sequence with chimpanzee, the sequence is almost related with the hemoglobin sequence of chimpanzee. Maybe there are 1 or 2 amino acid difference, but almost sequence is same. There is only 2 or 3 amino acid will be different. Rest whole sequence will be similar to that chimpanzee. But if you are matching hemoglobin with some leaf, these are totally unrelated. There is no match. Means maybe some amino acids, one in one position, other in separate position, but there is no match. Means those sequences are totally unrelated. BLAST will tell us the sequence we have sequenced by using any machine, the sequence is related to which part of that organelle. But if means it can easily discriminate one related sequence with unrelated sequence. And what are the variants of BLAST? Means what are the types of BLASTs? There are 5 types mainly. First is BLAST N. BLAST N. This is very simple. When BLAST N, everybody can easily say this is nucleotide, means BLAST N BLAST means BLAST N, first type, BLAST N. It compares, please write this, it compares nucleotide sequence with nucleotide databases. N means nucleotide, means BLAST N is nucleotide, BLAST is for nucleotides. We'll extract nucleotide sequence, we'll BLAST with only nucleotide databases. BLAST N. Similarly, what is BLAST P?
Compares with protein sequence.
Yes, it compares protein sequences with protein databases. Very simple. Means BLAST N, we have to extract nucleotide sequence and we'll compare this sequence with nucleotide databases only, because this is BLAST N only. For BLAST P, we have to extract protein sequence. Either we have to find the open reading frame from nucleotide sequence so that protein will be, it can be converted to protein, and we will compare that protein with already available proteins in a protein database. And third type is BLAST X. BLAST X, okay. It compares nucleotide sequence against protein databases. Means when we have nucleotide sequences. What is the probable product of this nucleotide sequence that we have done? Means we have translated and found one open reading frame, largest open reading frame, and we can compare that sequence with only protein databases. Means there is an inbuilt tool in this BLAST X. It will automatically translate our sequence, and then it will compare the nucleotides, nucleotide sequence, convert nucleotide to protein, and then compare that protein with our protein databases only. Okay. And other is T-BLAST-N. Fourth type is T-BLAST-N. Small t, then blast, then N. It compares protein sequences against the 6-frame translations, of nucleotide sequences. Means it will use protein sequence, but it will compare that protein with nucleotide sequences after their translation. And which is the best translation, it will compare with that only. Okay. And it will take huge time to compare this sequence. Why? Because firstly, it will translate nucleotide sequences into protein, and then take our query protein, and then it will compare our query protein with those translated frames after selecting which is the best fitted frame. Okay. Then the last one is T-BLAST-X. T-BLAST-X means 6 reading frames of nucleotide sequences with 6 reading frames of protein sequence. Means in this case, it will translate nucleotide sequences in 6 reading frames. Okay. And what are the 6 reading frames of other protein sequence as well? Small frame, big frame, best frame, worst frame. It will compare all 6 frames with all other 6 frames of available protein. Means after translating in both forms. Okay, right? It compares 6 reading frames from nucleotide sequence against the 6 reading frames of protein sequence. Okay, this is basically BLAST. Means BLAST is used to compare one sequence with other. BLAST is used to find for any newly sequenced genome, for any newly sequenced transcriptome, for any marker, for any primer, we'll use BLAST to match the part of that sequence. Okay. What are the results of BLAST? On that day, we have found something like e-value, bit score. Okay, I'll tell you this by tomorrow in practical as well. E-value is just right. E-value is expected value. After BLAST results, what are the gaps? What is the expected value? That is much more important. And what is the bit score? These two things are very important. Okay. If e-value is 0, it means sequence is 100%, either 99.9% similar with available sequence in any database. Okay. And bit score should be high. If bit score is 90, means then it tried to compare our sequence at least 90 times and found a best sequence from available databases. Okay, this is basically BLAST. Now there is another thing, that is we are performing BLAST in order to compare our sequence with all available sequences. Okay. Now I'll ask some question. It's not a big question, very simple question. Like, for example, if if we want to know about what is the evolutionary relationship of human with chimpanzee, monkey, buffalo, cow, or any other organism, okay, then what will we do? We'll just take our sequence, any sequence from our genome, and compare with any other sequence from any available organism. Are you getting?
Yes.
Means if we want to find evolutionary relationship of organisms, please type, ma'am, because I am not able to listen. You are not audible to me in Hindu. I'm not able to listen you. Please type so that I'll read your message or your query.
Yeah, fine, sir. Actually, I didn't spoke anything. I said okay.
Okay. Actually, okay, no problem. That's good. For example, we just want to find the evolutionary relationships. There are two things. One thing is when we have sequenced any part of our organ, for example, we have sequenced hemoglobin only. We know this is a sequence of hemoglobin, but this sequence is means the machine has given us some amino acids or some nucleotides. Means this sequence is correct or not? We'll use just BLAST in order to find, because for hemoglobin lot of data is available. We'll compare that sequence with the available sequences, and we can easily find that our sequencing machine is good and it has given the results similar to available, yeah, for phylogenetic tree only. Okay, we'll make this phylogenetic tree tomorrow in our practical session, but today for phylogenetic analysis, for evolutionary analysis, if we want to find that what is the status of human hemoglobin with chimpanzee, with any other, then what will we do? There are some parts, like one is sequence alignment. Firstly, we'll select the sequence from each organism and then we align those sequences so that we'll be able to find how much similarity is between these two sequences, with one organism to other, first with second, second with third, third with fourth. How much we have selected, that basically depends. If we select 5 organisms, what is the similarity between first and second, second and third, third and fourth, fourth and fifth, second and third, second and fourth, second and fifth, then third and fourth? Means there are a lot of, among 5 organisms there may be some 10 or 12 combinations, first to second, second to third, and then we can easily find which sequence is more similar, and after that which organism is far away. Okay, means two sequences may be 99% similar, other sequences maybe 98%, all are related to hemoglobin only, but maybe there is 1%, 2%, 3%. The sequences which are totally similar, they are closely related. And after that, after sequence alignment, we'll generate some phylogenetic tree in the form of cladograms, in the form of some dendrograms, that we means that I'll teach you in our practical session. We'll use Mega 10. Please download Mega 10 in your laptops and install Mega 10 so that tomorrow we'll be able to perform practical related to evolutionary analysis, phylogenetic trees. Okay, Mega, MEGA, Mega 10. Download and install this software, please. Okay. Now I'll teach you first of all what is sequence alignment. Please try to write this. Sequence alignment is the process of aligning sequence alignment is the process of aligning two sequences to achieve maximum level of identity between them. Maximum level of identity between them. Okay. For what? This will help to extract functional, structural, and evolutionary relationships. Okay. When we are performing BLAST, means don't write, just listen this. When we are performing BLAST, there is also a basic local alignment. Means BLAST is also a basic local alignment search tool. After aligning the sequences, BLAST is predicting our results. Okay. Same aligning sequences. Okay. I want some small answer. Do you know what is homology? What are homologous sequences? What are homologous organs? What are analogous organs? What do you mean by homologous? What is similarity and what is identity? If not, please.
Same origin, different function. Sometimes different origin, same function.
Yes. Yes, same function, different origin in when we have this in homologous organs, analogous organs, that is okay. But for homologous sequence means sequences are similar. There is a related sequences. Okay. And what is similarity and what is identity? Please write one line. Homology is attributed to homologous, or homology is attributed to similarity due to a descent from a common ancestor. If two sequences from different organisms are similar, if two sequences from different organisms are similar, then there is a possibility that these sequences are termed as homologous sequences. Okay. Means this is sequence alignment. Now, what is the, how many types of sequence alignment is there? First is based on the length of sequence. Based on the length of sequence, sequence alignment is of two types, which we always used and will use in future only based on the length of sequence. Okay. Based on length of sequence, one is global alignment and other is local alignment. Okay. Now, what do you mean by global alignment? is right. Global alignment, this word is sufficient to teach, know about this alignment. In this type of alignment, sequences will align along their entire length to include as many as possible characters. Means from first, if we are aligning first sequence with second sequence, then they will try to match whole sequence from first to last. Okay, means try to cover global sequence as a query that we have provided. When it will align with some other sequence, it will try to match whole sequence. Means maybe it will match with 50%, but 50%, 10% starting, then 10% in center, 10% last, maybe 10 to 20% in between, but it will try to cover whole query. Means globally it will align. But what is the meaning of there is a second alignment, that is local alignment. What do you mean by local alignment? In this type of alignment, sequences are aligned to find a region of higher density or strong similarity. Means they will target the particular region in order to find some conserved domains, in order to find some signature sequences. Means which part of the sequence is highly similar to other sequence, they will try to hit that part only. They will ignore start part, they can ignore end part, but they will focus only on the best matched part of that sequence. And there is a second type of alignment. This was local and global alignment was based on length of a sequence. Second is based on number of sequences. Second type of alignment is based on number of sequences. Based on number of sequences, there is pairwise sequence alignment. Which includes some regions like, it includes some type of what you can say, some matrices. There are some matrices in bioinformatics. Means what is the algorithm? For example, here is a just for your knowledge, we will not go in this part because for this we need some mathematics, some physics. Well, just for knowledge, it used dot plots, dynamic programming, it used dot plots, dynamic programming, and heuristic methods. HEURISTIC. Heuristic method. What is the pairwise sequence alignment? Maybe I have performed a multiple sequence alignment by using Clustal W. Maybe everybody has attended that lecture or not? That was my first lecture. When I have no problem, we'll do it again tomorrow. We'll mine some sequences and then mine some sequences like means I have given you a task like this. You have to download some sequences and perform some secondary structures and then perform some protperm like physiochemical characterization. We'll select those sequences only and try to find the pairwise sequence alignment as well, and local and global alignment as well. Just try cluster W multiple sequence alignment. Okay, we'll perform it tomorrow in our practical session, but I'm just giving you an idea. Just try cluster W, and if there is a problem of internet, means you don't have any problem of internet, I know that, but if there is a problem of internet, then what will we do? Then here is a tool named as BioEdit. BioEdit. Okay, please download BioEdit so that we'll align sequences without any internet connection. And please download Mega 10 for phylogenetic analysis. And one means today I am giving you idea about this sequence alignment tools like Mega 5 for Mega 10 for phylogenetic analysis, and BioEdit for this sequence alignment, so that you can easily determine the differences between sequences, how a sequence can match with other sequence, and how we can generate phylogenetic trees like by using some neighbor joining methods or UPGMA methods. Maybe you are aware of these methods or not? If not, then I'll elaborate these things. Okay, sure. First of all, just write some tool name of some tools used in sequence alignment. One is Clustal. There is Clustal Omega and Clustal W, but you should write just only Clustal. Okay. Then T-Coffee. Muscle, MUSCLE, then MSA, multiple sequence alignment, MSA. Okay, these are some tools that we can use for our multiple sequence alignment. Now that I'm just saying about these applications of multiple sequence alignments. Based on multiple sequence alignment, we can generate some phylogenetic trees. First of all, what is a phylogenetic tree? How it is related, and what is the meaning of nodes? What is the meaning of branches? Please, you should try to read these things. Okay, because for nodes, branches, what is the main branch? What is the first branch, second branch? I'll show you in tomorrow practical, but try yourself as well so that things will be quite clear to you. Okay, for phylogenetic analysis in applications, first method is UPGMA, unweighted pair group method. UPGMA, unweighted pair group method with arithmetic mean. Just write. It is a simple hierarchical clustering. We'll do this clustering tomorrow. This is a simple hierarchical clustering used in making tree based on distance matrix. Based on distance matrix. Based on distance matrix. Why? In order to find relatedness between sequences. In order to find relatedness between sequences. Second method is NJ, that is neighbor joining method. Neighbor joining. Okay. This method is related to This method is related to lineages with large variations. Lineages with large variations in evolution. Okay. Now, what is the file format? File format is basically file means we'll generate that file and we'll perform file format. For example, I have told you a format named as FASTA that was based on greater than sign. Then file format is phylip, cladogram, phylogram. These are the formats of file after the generation of this our tree. And for viewing our tree, there are some tools like which are working in Java, but Java is already in our internet connections. It is already in our tools that we'll use. That will basically will use tool Mega 10 and will perform this tree. Will perform phylogenetic tree analysis tomorrow by using Mega 10, and we'll also align sequences. We'll also do some blast analysis based on 5 types of blast: local alignment, global alignment, and then Mega 10. For these sequences, please download 2 tools. One is BioEdit, other is Mega 10, so that you can easily perform these practicals in your computer. Okay, we'll just select 20 sequences or less than that, because I know if we'll select more than 100 or 200, there may be chances of some crash in our computer, because that data will be more, but we'll select minimum data, not that minimum, but up to some extent. Okay, because we don't have, I have, but you don't have workstations to perform big analysis. But based on this technique, when you have your workstations, you can easily download the some 50,000 sequences, over 1 lakh sequences, and you can easily perform phylogenetic analysis and phylogenetic trees. The work of phylogenetic trees is published in 5 impact factor, 6 impact factor. You can easily check by using Google Scholar. Okay. There may be a variation of some genes. There may be some this is SNPs. There is a variation. There is variation among genomes. There is a due to some simple sequence repeats. There may be a variation. This work can easily be published based on our idea. Means what are the changes in between the sequences? You can easily match those sequences, and you can easily find the difference between the sequences, and which is the ancestor you can easily find, and what are the variations you can easily find, and you can easily generate tree by using a simple tool like Mega 10. Okay, any question? Am I audible? Global and local alignment, Swanti Gupta. For global alignment, first of all, I'll give you a very simple example. Okay, for global alignment, if we have two sequences with 10 amino acid in each sequence, for global alignment, our target is to cover all 10 amino acids. Means we'll try to align first amino acid with first. Means there one is query and other is subject. Okay. For query and subject, we'll try to cover whole sequence, global sequence from first to last. But for local alignment, we'll try to find a segment of that sequence. In order to find a conserved region of that sequence, means which is not changed. But for global alignment, I'll give you example as well. But in practical, you can easily find that for one sequence, there may be some gaps. Maybe fourth is similar, then it will match with fourth. Then maybe sixth is similar, then it will match with sixth. But it will leave for global alignment. It will leave your second position, third position, fifth position. But when means where it is matching, it will directly match that part only. But for local alignment, it will select the particular segment which is totally similar, and it will ignore first and last parts or other parts. It will select only a specific part. Okay, we'll perform in our practical, maybe things will be more clear to you. Okay, global alignment, just keep in mind, in global alignment, we'll try to cover whole query and whole subject. For local alignment, we'll try to cover the particular segment of that sequence. Okay. Any other question? If you have completed your assignments, then I'll give you a simple task, because I want to save some time of practical. Please try to extract sequences, at least 15 to 20 sequences from separate organisms. Separate organisms doesn't mean from plants and animals. If you are selecting a plant, then from plants only. If you are selecting animal, then animals only. Separate organisms means if you are selecting human, then human, monkey, chimpanzee, gorilla, related organisms but separate. Try to download 15 sequences so that, but one thing is, please keep one thing in your mind. If you are selecting hemoglobin of human, then hemoglobin of chimpanzee, then hemoglobin of monkey, then hemoglobin of gorilla, then hemoglobin of any related organism. Please extract this type of sequences so that we'll generate a phylogenetic tree. Firstly, we'll align those sequences, then we'll generate a phylogenetic tree, and we can easily find which organism is more related to which main organism, and what is the ancestor of these organisms that we have selected only. Okay, but if you are selecting plant, then if you are selecting monocots or dicots, if you are selecting leaf, then leaf of a bamboo, leaf of a maize, leaf of a rice, leaf of a, like that. You have to select this sequence. Okay, so that please try to select 15 sequences so that we align those sequences. After that alignment, we'll try to develop a tree, and in that tree we'll use some clustering methods. We'll do some random realization. Random realization and clustering method means we'll use some statics. We'll generate 10,000, at least 1,000 to 10,000 trees, and best tree will select, means software will automatically result us the best tree based on those 10,000 or 1,000 trees, so that we can easily predict that which sequences, which organisms are closely related based on a particular sequence that we have selected. Okay. And for BLAST, you can easily use any sequence because we have performed BLAST. But there is a one more thing I want to tell you. What is the problem if we don't have any internet? Then how can we use a BLAST? Is there any option that internet is not working? What we need to find a function of any sequence? Then what will we do? Any idea? Because we have downloaded Megaten, we can easily generate trees. We have downloaded this BioEdit, we can align sequences as well without using internet. But if we don't have internet, but we want to find a function of a sequence, then what we can do? Any answer, no problem. If answer is wrong, then no issue. You can please give me idea then what we can do. problem. I'll teach you. Then we have to download. No, ontology is a separate thing. Ontology is a separate thing. Basically, ontology is based on, this is basically we'll select some database based on gene ontology that you are saying about biological functions, molecular processes, and cellular components. These are the ontologies. But we'll select database. Yeah, we have to download the whole database. We have to download whole database, for which we need at least 1 TB space. Because if we are downloading whole NCBI database, in NCBI database, how many sequences are there? Maybe 100 billion sequences are there. If we have space, we'll download 100 billion sequences. But how everybody can download 100 billion sequences? It's really very tough. So what we'll do, if we are working on a specific plant, we'll select only sequences related to that plant. Okay. If we are working on Arabidopsis, we'll download all available sequences of Arabidopsis that maybe only 500 MB or 1 GB only, not more than that. Then we can select any sequence and we'll generate a remote blast, and with that remote database only. Then based on remote blast, we can easily compare our sequence with that particular database sequence that NCBI is doing online, and we can do offline as well. But for that work, we should be so specific that our results are not biased, because we are selecting single database, we are selecting 1,000 databases. Why we have selected that single? Why we are not selecting other databases? There may be some reasons. For example, if you are working on drug designing, for example, there is a sequence of Helicobacter pylori, a pathogen which is infecting human. Okay, we have selected some protein sequences from a pathogen, but those sequences are available in human or not? If those sequences are available in human and we have generated drug for those sequences, then it will affect human as well. So the sequences we have selected for drug designing targets, we have to cross check that these sequences are not available in human, because if those sequences are present in human, then drug will 100% affect human as well. At that time, we can easily compare protein sequences that we have selected to find the similarity with human protein sequences. Are you getting? Means, what is the need of remote blast? What is the need of remote blast? The need of remote blast is basically when we have selected some sequences for drug designing, for example, but if same sequences are present in human, then we can't design a drug, because then our drug will affect human directly. So we can easily cross check by downloading the human database with that, and by using remote blast, we can compare all proteins that we have selected with human. If some proteins are similar, then we'll never design drug with against those proteins. We'll only select the novel proteins present in pathogen for drug design. Okay, for which we need a remote blast. How remote blast works, that I'll teach you in not tomorrow, but after in my next lecture, because that is really a very big practical. There is no need of theory in that practical. For that practical, I'll teach you how to download a whole blast. I'll provide you link if you want to download whole blast. I'll provide you link if you want to download a specific blast. I'll provide you link some if you want to download some pathways. Also, I'll provide you link if you want to download some ontologies as well. Okay, then you can easily use this remote blast. You can save that data in your hard disks as well, so that whenever you need, just transfer your data and make a comparative analysis by using blast and extract the information whatever you need, and then again you can save your data in your hard disk. if you don't have space in your laptops. Okay, any question? Because from my side, that is all for today. If you have any query, please ask me, so that tomorrow we'll do practical, and maybe many things will be clear tomorrow. If you have any question related to theory, I'll explain again. One question is from Swanti Gupta. If we want to work offline, what she said, 1 minute. Remote blast will use only in case we want to work offline. This is the advantage. If we want to work offline, you don't have internet connection, you can download database, you can just make blast, and the results will come after, means without any interruption of internet. You can get results. Means that is not important that you have to cut your internet connection. No, that will work offline only. Okay. How it work? I'll teach you. That there is the same thing, but there are some commands that I'll show you some commands. I'll type those commands. You will also type those commands, and we'll perform this remote blast. And what kind of output we need will also include those things in our command. Okay. What is command? If you are aware of this, command is basically what we want to do by using this machine learning method, means by using our computer systems. What command we are giving to these systems, and what kind of results we need. Because in BLAST there are a lot of things, from gap to alignment to e-value to, there are a lot of things. What kind of things we need, similarity, identity, percentage identity, what we need, we'll give them, and it will provide us answers. Okay. Sequence alignment is very simple. That we'll do within 10 minutes, maybe within 10 minutes tomorrow. But blast, that is, we'll do blast in by using internet. So maybe it will take some time. After that, we'll do Mega10 and then BioEdit. Mega10, it will take some time, like 10 to 20 minutes. But before that, we need to select some sequences. Okay, I'll select some sequences, but before I select, please, this is a simple assignment to use, so that you will select some sequences by your own from related organisms, so that cladogram or any other type of tree that we will generate may be clear to you, so that how much difference is there, how much distance is there between two related organisms. Why we are saying that monkeys are our ancestors? What is the problem? Why not other organisms? This is based on this evolutionary tree only. Okay, that will do tomorrow. But please be sure that we have to download Mega10 for this phylogenetic analysis. There are a lot of people. There is a Nabi Mohali. They are working only on Mega10. They have published their work by using Mega10 in Scientific Reports, Nature. I have seen they have just used Mega10, but their data is huge. Means they have selected 400 sequences, 500 sequences, but based on Mega10, they are publishing their work. They are publishing their work in Nature journal, like Scientific Report that I have seen. There are a lot of other scientists as well. They are working on Mega10 only. This is really a very good software, very good tool. You can use if anybody has any requirement about the phylogenetic tree. You can easily say talk to him, and you can easily say that please give my name in your paper. I'll analyze your tree, or I'll make your tree by using Mega10, because they don't know, but it's very simple if anybody is familiar with this tree. Okay.
Is there any updated version that they can download? Maybe you can tell that.
Actually,
Or
Mega started from 5. In current time, Mega 10 is the best version. This is the updated.
okay.
It was from Mega 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This, which is the latest version, is Mega 10. And Mega 10 actually is highly cited in international journals. It's highly cited. So I'll recommend only Mega 10.
And any specifications of the computer that they would be using for downloading?
No. There is no need of any specific. But you should be aware that you have when you are downloading these type of softwares, it will ask you that your computer is 32-bit or 64-bit. Be careful about that setup only.
Okay, so
Means Mega 10 can easily work in your laptop. I have Mega 10 in my laptop only.
okay.
I'm not using any workstation for Mega 10.
Hindu wants to ask anything?
Sir, actually, I already installed Mega 8 is with me. Shall I continue with that tomorrow or shall I go again?
I think Mega 10 is better than Mega 8. But you can keep Mega 8 as well. But try to download Mega 10 so that things will be easy for you, because we'll perform some random realizations as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other queries from anyone? Otherwise, we end for today. Any queries? So they need to only download Mega 10 or BioEdit also? For
BioEdit
tomorrow.
also. Yeah. And previously I have told a software, simple software, maybe that was Edit with Notepad++.
So
Have you downloaded?
BioEdit, I can see one version 7.2. Is that one the?
Any version, no problem. Any version.
Okay.
For BioEdit, there is no issue, but for Mega 10, you see, fine, because it is a highly cited tool. Recently, I have published a paper by using Mega 10 only. I'll forward you paper as well, but BioEdit is no problem, and Edit with Notepad++, everybody has downloaded or not?
Note++. I don't know if they have downloaded.
Notepad++ downloaded. Okay.
Downloaded, yeah.
Good. Because Notepad++, based on Notepad++, you can easily open your sequences. Okay, very good. That's very good thing. But when you try to open your sequences, then click on open with Notepad++ only. Okay, edit with Notepad++ only. No problem. I'll show you tomorrow.
Is there any specific site that they can use for downloading these? Or I mean,
No,
sometimes
just
randomly we get, and sometimes we go to some websites where it's not very suitable to download from there. So
no. Actually, if you type download Notepad++ in Google, it is easily available. There is no particular site. Directly from Google, you can download.
okay.
Okay.
All right. So any other questions? I think they are okay for today.
Okay.
So let us thank Dr. Gagandeep for his nice explanations.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
all.
So I would also like to get the feedback from the students if they are able to follow properly. And so because that is more important for us, that you people are more satisfied and you understand things in a better way. So
Yes,
in
that
case
is.
you need any different style or some, then you can let us know. Okay. All right. Okay, then see you later. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow then at 3 p.m.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you all.
bye-bye. Take care.